Alright, what's going on, y'all? It's your girl, Kels Nels. I was to say you were now tuned in to Coolin' with Kels, but this is not a Coolin' with Kels. I actually haven't done Coolin' with Kels in quite a minute. So this is not the purpose of the video. The purpose of this video is to, I always do like a highlight as the year ends and a new year approaches. I usually always do like a little recap of my year. This year, I really didn't feel like doing this video. I haven't really been I haven't really been doing videos as far as like Coolin' with Kels or anything like really like motivational and inspirational. I've posted a lot like on my stories and stuff, but I really haven't done like what I normally do. And I guess this could kind of um, shed light on my 2019. So 2019, I think, was a very busy year. Like productive, but also just busy. Like just moving a lot. Just like always moving, doing something. And that was pretty much my 2019. My 2019, like every year, I had highs, I had lows, I had difficulties, I had easy moments, I had good times, I had bad times, I had proud moments, I had moments that I was doubting myself. I had like every year is always filled with mixtures of mixture of emotions. And that was pretty much my 2019. So my 2019, let's start off with the rough part of 2019. 2019 was just like at times mentally exhausting for me, physically exhausting, spiritually exhausting for me as well. One of the hardest parts of 2019 for me was work, and work has always been difficult for me, not as far as like the job being like my actual job being difficult and hard, but more so the politics, the people, and not even the kids, because if everybody knows I'm a school safety agent, so I work with kids, but it's never the kids that I have an issue with. It's always like the adult aspect of it. And that was pretty much like I came from a school and it was like a whole bunch of petty stuff being done to me, said about me, and it was challenging. Dealing with like feeling like people are out to get me type thing, and I don't never really think that way, but that's really like the mindset that I had, was like people were doing petty things and I felt like it was to try to like get at me. Like I felt attacked. Um, but the highlight of that is that there was like one particular person at my job or my school that I really had static with, and I felt like that person was really nasty, um, manipulative. I can never say that word, manipulative. Um, and she was just like, like what she was doing was just like dirty and just like foul and messed up. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of it was towards me, towards other people that I seen how that person moved, right? But the to flip the script on that is that I want to say a little bit before Thanksgiving. All right, let's kind of rewind. Like in Octoberish, I kind of felt in my spirit to go and apologize to that particular person. Now, people, I didn't tell too many people about this. I told a few people. I told like one or two people before I did it, just to kind of get like counsel and advice on it. And I told a few people afterwards. So people ask why did you have to apologize? Like she was doing all this to you. I said yes, she was. She initiated all of the drama. It was a lot of it was like really on her end. But I felt the need to apologize because I reacted to what she displayed and what she dished out, right? So I felt like I didn't always carry myself the way that I knew I should have been carrying myself. There were moments where I like spazzed out, moments where I was cursing, moments where the words that came out of my mouth were not edifying to her, or even to myself as a Christian woman, right? As a woman in general. And I felt like I should have had more patience. I should have had more self-control. I should have been a bigger person within myself to not allow her to bring this out of me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I should have had more control over that. And I felt it in my spirit. And when I felt it, I kind of didn't do anything with it. I kind of like try to brush it to the side. Because sometimes, like when I get those feelings of something and I'm like, all right, is this the Holy Spirit, or is just me making this stuff up? I kind of wait and see if it comes back. If that nudge feeling keeps coming back, then I know what it is. So I went and I apologized. She apologized. It ended up being a really good meeting. Like, I went to the school. I sat down with her. I spoke to her for about like 10 minutes. She apologized for some of the stuff that she did and for making me feel some type of way. I apologized. We hashed it out. So that was like the low, and it kind of being mended out. Now the high of 2019 is that so I really didn't see this as a high until I looked back, and until I was talking to somebody, one of my friends, and a little bit before she mentioned it, I kind of thought about it, but like hearing her say it made me think about what I was thinking about, and it was like, yeah, like you're right. Like, all right, so 2019, everybody know my logo, right? My logo right here, C2SMG. You can't see it. Why am I? Boom, right? C2SMG, called to serve my God. Came up with the logo about 5 years ago. Got the logo created about a year or two ago. This year, I created. I started to sell my hats, right? And that did phenomenal. That was something that I didn't think would happen. I had tried to make this happen in the past. I brought it to people. People said, I got you. But the cases, it never happened. So for me to put that out was like super dope, and just like it really made me feel like what I heard from God, it was correct. Like when I got the idea for the logo, the feeling that I got when I came up with the barcode, the cross, and all that, it felt like I knew it was God. I knew it was God given. But then it's like when things don't happen like this, you start to second guess. Like, is this really from God? Like, da 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 da. And so when the person created the logo for me, I was like, all right, I felt a little bit more hype about it. But then nothing happened with it for a while. Then I got the hats out, and I'm feeling hype. Da 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 da. And then it's just like, so it's like I should see how everything lined up, and how like I just gotta have patience. And I knew that this logo was God given. So if it's God given, I know God's gonna do what He wants to do with it at the time frame that He wants to do it in, right? What else? Oh, and then I got my little sticker logos created. I bought bags when I was handing out my products. I was putting the stickers on the bag, making it look real official. When I started, so I've been doing drinks like Coquito and Rum Punch for like, I want to say like 4 years or so, right? Well, no, Coquito. I've been doing the Coquito for like four years or so. This year was the first year that I started to make the Rum Punch. And I always did it in like the wine bottles, empty liquor bottles, what the case is. But I like this year, like I'm really about branding myself, right? Like what looks professional, what is gonna look more appealing to the people, right? To my customers and my consumers, right? At the end of the day, people gonna buy it, yeah, but if it looks better, like if somebody got a regular wine bottle and I got my Coquito inside the plastic bottle with the sticker on it, and it looks better, like, yo, like, it's like what's more appealing. I'm like, yo, that's fire, yo, I want that. So I that was what I did, right? I just started to really stretch myself and go out on a limb and invest in myself, like really, like, and it was like a small investment. It was small investments. It wasn't nothing, like I didn't invest like thousands of dollars into myself, but I did invest hundreds of dollars into myself by buying the bottles, ordering the labels for the drinks, the hats, the bags, the labels for the bags. Like I invested in myself, and it felt really, really good. So I think that was like the high of 2019. And all in all, through it all, no, but through it all, my relationship with God, I had to lean on God through a lot. Like work was like the most stressful thing. Like literally, I at times didn't know how I was gonna get through it, but I did, you know. And this year I haven't really been I haven't been motivated spiritually. I haven't really been motivated as far as like making like my videos like with Coolin with Kels. I haven't been doing it. I think I said I've been so busy in other areas, and other areas of me have grown. Last year, 2018, I was doing all this stuff heavy. I was doing Coolin with Kels heavy. I was in a headspace for it. This year, I really wasn't in a headspace for all of that. I think, school was stressful, work was just stressful. It took so much energy out of me. But and throughout it all, I kept asking God, like, yo, like, why you have me in this situation? Like, what are you trying to teach me? I think it taught me the situation at work. I think it taught me patience, and I think it was about holding myself accountable to how I react and how I act. Like, the world is gonna throw things at you, and they're gonna say things about you, they're gonna do things to you, but you don't have to stoop down to that level. And I have to know who I am, and I have to be confident in who I am, and I have to stay true to who I am despite the outside factors. Like I have to know who I am on the inside, who lives inside of me, who I am on the inside, and I have to not allow outside factors to penetrate who I am. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause if I allow that, that means I'm not true to who I am. I don't really know who I am and what I possess within inside of me, right? So I think that's what it taught me. And it taught me that although people are difficult, you have to still love people, and you have to carry yourself in a certain manner. Like, all right, you may not talk to the person, but you don't have to talk down to them. You know what I'm saying? Like, although she was doing things to me, I just didn't have to talk to this lady. Instead of, I said I was out here talking crazy. And I was doing things that were not godly. You know what I'm saying? I was saying things that were not godly. I was like a ticking time bomb ready to explode. And I knew it wasn't right. And the heaviness that it placed on me while I was there, and even when I left the school, I was still complaining about what happened to me. Like, I was like, she did this, and I was still holding on. You know how crazy that is? Like, I left the toxic environment, but I was still holding on to the toxic residue that was left. Like, yo, it's like literally like let go and let God. And God freed me from that by putting in my spirit to go talk to her. There's no hard feelings no more. It is what it is. That chapter's over. I'm here now. This is what it is. So I think that was pretty much a sum up of my 2019, man. Okay, so moving forward, 2020, what do I want for my 2020? I don't never do New Year's resolutions, because I kind of do a self-reflection throughout the year. I try to do like 2 or 3 like really big self-reflections throughout the year. I mean, I self-reflect like all the time, but like a conscious self-reflection, I try to do like 2 or 3 a year. But if I can say what I want for my 2020 is, and I gotta be careful what I speak out, right? But I want to be stretched, and I want new opportunities to present themselves, right? I believe God knows everything that I desire, right? He knows. I don't believe it. Like, he knows everything that I desire. He knows everything that I'm capable of giving out. Even though I don't know the full capacity of what I have within inside of myself, right? I don't know it all. God created me. God knows everything that I have inside of me. I want new opportunities to arise. I want to be stretched. And I want joy, right? Like, and I want joy. I want my eyes to see joy. Not that I need big, obnoxious things like in my face, right? Like, not that. I want to be able to see joy. Meaning, in the smallest of the smallest to the biggest of the biggest, I want to be able to see joy. Also, my 2020, I'm in a new relationship. Well, I'm in a relationship, right? I'm not saying I haven't been in a relationship forever. So I'm in a relationship, and it's hard. Hard in a sense for me, right? Like, within myself. Hard because I haven't been in a relationship in a really long time. 2, because therapy. I did a lot of therapy this year, which was amazing. But I'm at 15 minutes, so I don't want to get into therapy right now. But because I was in therapy, there was a lot of things that I realized about myself that I don't want to carry any longer. I see a lot of things within me that I see in my mother, and not that my mother's a bad person, but there are areas of my mother that I don't want to carry, and I see that I do carry it. So it's like these generational things that are passed down, which is very, very real. And I'm used to being in an element of just Kels, right? Now having somebody else in a picture that I have to I moved how I moved because it was just me. I didn't have to take into consideration anybody's feelings. I didn't have to. It's like now it's like a puzzle piece that he has, I have, and personalities and all these traits and stuff have to kind of like fit, right? So I feel like there's tweaking that everybody has to do. People gotta sharpen up, people gotta dull out certain areas, and this is where I have to work on me, on the inside of Kels. As far as a relationship is going to work, and because I want this relationship to grow, and because at the end of the day, not at this present moment, but at the end of the day, I want marriage and I want kids, and not that I can't have those things, but there are certain areas that I should definitely work on before I even think about that. And I did a lot of single work. Okay, so you should do single work before you get into a relationship, yes. But I did a lot of single work, but now that I'm in a relationship, I also have to do relationship work. You know what I'm saying? Before I can even think about marriage. So I did a lot of single work, but now there's work that has to be done with another person that's in the picture. And that's hard because I'm dealing with my stuff and I'm dealing with his stuff, and it's hard. It's not easy. It's challenging. I want to wring his neck. I'm sure he wants to wring my neck sometimes. Right? But it's a challenge. And I know 2020 is going to be filled with more challenges, but and one thing that I want to ask God for 2020 is patience, because I have no patience in any area of my life, and I need patience because I don't have it, and that's just pretty much the end of it. So this was my recap of 2019. This is what I want for my 2020. This was a good video, y'all, and I hope it saves because sometimes my phone be acting janky sometimes. But I'm out of here. I wish y'all amazing 2020, y'all. I wish everybody blessings on top of blessings on top of blessings. For real. Word. Facts.